Hello everyone, this is Richard with a breaking news edition of Starfield Essentials. Bethesda Chief Todd Howard appeared on the Kinda Funny Gamecast earlier today, April 29th. While a lot of the interview talked about the success of the Fallout TV show and resurgence of interest in Fallout gaming, Todd spoke at length about Starfield. Here are the top 5 takeaways, plus additional items of interest. Number 1, Todd said, "We have a big update that's coming really soon for Starfield that does a lot of stuff." And my comment, this is not Creation Kit or Shattered Space. He made that clear in the interview. Todd said, "A lot of people like crafting in Starfield, so we want to make sure those that like that, we're serving them." Shipbuilding became the big one, and in the update that we have coming, I think it's going to get announced in a few days, actually this week, and be up on Steam Beta. It's got some great stuff for shipbuilding in it as well. Number 2, Todd said, "We've delivered Creation Kit to some of our creators for Starfield. You're going to hear some information about that soon. We don't have a date to announce on when its full release is coming, but it's really, really important to us. Our modders out there have been incredible. Some now say, I can make a living now making stuff that's really, really good content. I think those people deserve the attention and the praise for what they do." Number 3, regarding mods for console, Todd said, "Absolutely, 100%. We've seen that this is such a huge thing on Fallout and Skyrim. That's definitely something that's really, really important to us to bring to Starfield. The good thing about Starfield was we were able to take all those learnings and kind of build that stuff from the beginning to have some long legs." Number 4, Todd said, "Games like Starfield, they're very important to people who are spending time in these worlds. When they have criticism or certain types of feedback, we realize how important it is to everybody. It's important to us. Again, we don't always get it right, but I assure you we always do everything we can to try to get better and better." Number 5, Todd said, "I believe Starfield is the most solid release we've had given its complexity. There's always going to be some things that we miss or people want us to get better, and we just want to keep pushing and make it better and better." Regarding gamer reactions to Starfield, Todd had the following to say in response to the interviewer's question.
And so when you get there and you get a game that is then polarizing to this level, what was the takeaway? What was the office like on launch day, review day, all those?
Well, there's a few things, and thanks for asking. The number one that we're always concerned with is how is the game holding up, right? What's our bug level? What's the crash rate? So first of all, we were over the moon with how kind of the actual data we were getting back and how the game was performing on a technical level. That one to us is always sort of most important on the dev side. Number 2 was the amount of players. Kind of set a record for how many players that we had in a game. Obviously, Game Pass is a part of that.
Of course.
You know? But to see the amount of people playing and like, okay, we've had more players at launch than we've ever had in our careers, and the game is holding up really well. It's a really joyous moment for us, particularly after how long the game took. On the review side, and we've been through this, so it's not sort of new to us. What's new is it's a new IP, so you know that we're going to be doing some things differently than we've done before. And obviously we had people who loved the game, both on the review side, and people who liked it less. I think that the majority of our reviews were in the 90s, which, look, that's great. I don't want to ever be in a world where that is not a great place to be in terms of kind of critical reception, particularly in a year where there are so many amazing games out.
Sure.
But obviously, look, we see the feedback. We see a lot of players saying, this is what I want out of a Bethesda game, which is to explore a world in a certain way. And Starfield didn't give me that. I prefer the way it's done in Fallout or Elder Scrolls. And perfectly understandable, right? In terms of, hey, this is a different experience. And I do think, for us, particularly me going into a science fiction game, I want to be able to land on all the planets. I want the game to say yes to us, knowing that that content is going to be different than you've seen from us in the past when you're exploring a landscape. And that's some of the trade-offs we'll make to do what we think makes, a science fiction game like this that's kind of based in this kind of fiction and reality to make it what it should be. And, each of the franchises should kind of be its own thing.
For sure.
And so obviously, look, there are areas that, the maps or some other things, gameplay options that we're adding, other display modes on console that people have asked for. And we want to do all that stuff. Take some time, but we're excited to get stuff out there.
I'd like to commend host Greg Miller for the questions he asked. He did such a great job with this interview. He stated he was a Starfield fan. That may be why he got the interview. Todd said that he listens to all of the Kinda Funny Gamecast podcasts, which is great. So if you want to get some news out, that's one way to do it. And I'd like to finish with one quote from Todd. He is a Starfield gamer. He said, "I love the work. I love the products. If I didn't make these games, I would just be playing them all the time. Even this weekend, I was jumping between Starfield and Fallout 76 and Fallout 4. Now, personally, I was not playing other games other than Starfield. That's the only game that I play, but I understand the sentiment. And I hope that these 5 takeaways from today's interview give hope to long-suffering Starfield fans out there. I know we're behind for having the latest 6-week update that should have happened in beta 2 weeks ago and should have come out this week. But it sounds like we'll be getting the beta this week, and then we'll get the release 2 weeks after that. And it sounds like it's going to be a big one. I'm really looking forward to it. It sounds like we're going to be getting the DLC in the fall. That wasn't directly said, but the host, Greg, tried to insinuate that there would be some sort of an announcement perhaps in June at an Xbox event. That's what I predicted in February in my update video, and I think that's what's going to happen. So around the 1-year anniversary of Starfield, I think that's when we'll see Shattered Space DLC. So it sounds like Creation Kit is coming soon. We're going to be getting some sort of a big update and a lot of awesome new developments for Starfield. If you like this content, please feel free to like and subscribe. What do you think is going to happen to Starfield? What would you like to see? Please let me know in the comments. My name is Richard, and as always, I will see you in the Starfield.